he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
They'll start the drive with a... And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine, because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning. They've got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up 1st and goal. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. Had the option to hand that one off and run it himself, but instead a really easy quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Rodgers will throw for it. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Now Jones sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. I give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Going with their tight end on 4th.
And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Raheem Mostert with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Flush to his right. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing, Jones.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Quick slant here to Smith.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 38-yard line. Back to throw. Jones eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Brandon, this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football. Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Isabella now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Jones escaping the pressure right. That's caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Jones now throwing on first down. This is Smith with a grab. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Patriots are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here's a toss play right to Mostert.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Mostert.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Got an open man. It's Olave. On the move past the 40.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Pats continue to pull away here this first half.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Pass rusher extraordinaire, D Ford that time, getting the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And taken right on the 30. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Patriots take over. Elsewhere, a score update from New Orleans. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
88 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw into the hands of Boyle here.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, And let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here's Jones. Off play action. He'll buy some time right.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. He's got Smith here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Detroit. Jacoby Myers, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Lions are able to at least get one score back.
And oh, it's wide right. No good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Isabella not going to risk a return here, and they'll start at the 25.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, That's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. K.J. Hamler with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Patriots' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Foxborough.
They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Jones on 3rd down. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Jones throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Back to throw. Jones. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd and 10. Jones. Flush to his right. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Michael Thomas, 33 yards. And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Isabella now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
2nd down, here's Mostert again.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
This pass caught by Hamler.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Second down and 8. They'll run the toss to Mostert.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, but that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Now throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Jones on 1st down. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. This will be caught at about the 6. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Isabella now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. They're going to run for it with Jones. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Isabella now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Patriots. K.J. Hamler, 77 yards. And the Patriots are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jones now throwing to start the drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun.
Jones. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it.
He's got a man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
K.J. Hamler.
66 yards.
And the Patriots up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Patriots, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Lions, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we were not a ride nobody wave, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr,
trust, me taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog with leash. Cause I love in the streets. Got my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, want me ready. Me hit it heavy, I zoom on the pride of my people already. Tell my sit Ellie, me I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful that people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cutscene, but on my pockets, me need my DNA. Baby for lunch, but we call me a star before BBC. Don't take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them don't get the same. Me and them don't get the same. Boy, that they gonna know who the name is. They say I move like I'm nameless. Cause I only cover the money bags and I don't